Good morning and welcome back to our channel. In this episode of Talk Steer, we are heading over to the East Coast to meet up with a young couple who have two amazing Saabs, but also to hear about how their family has a connection to the vans that dates back generations. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Ollie.
I'm Lauren.
These are our two current Saabs. So we've got a 2011 93X Griffin, and this is Lauren's 2011 93 Independence Edition. We've had the 93X for 3 years now, and the Independence Edition is a very new purchase that's been with us for probably about a month now.
Only a month?
Yes. It came from Derby, so a few hours drive for us.
Was it a bit of a Saab collector or something? Because they're quite rare.
It was a fairly elderly gentleman who'd had it from new actually, bought it brand new in 2013, and he had no need for the car anymore as his age was stopping him from driving properly. We did the deal and came home with it.
Bit of a wrench to part with it, I'm sure.
Yes.
But you're loving it.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
So out of the two of you, which one of you drives it the most?
I drive it the most at the moment. Yeah, definitely perfect weather to have the top down today, which has been great.
It's a stunning colour as well, isn't it? It's
really
unique
is.
to the Independence
It is,
Edition,
yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. Amber orange metallic.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
So do you have the unique identifier number on the window as well?
We do, yeah.
What number is this one?
It's number 35.
Oh, that's quite low.
Yes. So there's one either side there, Independence Edition, number 035 of 366. You say it's quite low. It is obviously a low number, but the plan from Saab was to build 366, so 365 plus one for the 1 year anniversary of them leaving General Motors. But unfortunately they only got to number 37 out of the 366.
Well, it looks like the end of the road for the Swedish car maker Saab. It's filed for bankruptcy after failing to secure fresh funds from potential Chinese investors. General Motors, a part owner of Saab, rejected the deal over concerns that China would have access to technology licenses. It's a big blow for fans of European vehicles.
So it's actually the second to last one ever built.
Oh wow, that is quite momentous.
Yes, it is. Number 37 is a UK car. Number 36 is a Swedish car, and number 35 is this one here. So it's actually the second to last UK Independence ever built.
You are incredibly lucky to have this. What are your favourite aspects of the car that you really think, wow, this is what they should be doing all along?
As a whole package, it works very well. I think the basic idea of the colour from who was then the CEO of Spiker, Victor Muller, the idea of the colour was it was supposed to be the colour of the Netherlands, and because Spiker was a Dutch-owned company, Victor Muller, the CEO, was Dutch. He obviously decided on this colour as being a tribute to the Netherlands, should we say. You've got the various orange accents inside as well, the orange stitching on the seats, and the orange tops on the door cards, and the glove box trim there as well. So I think as a package it does work really well. The wheels themselves are actually BBS wheels, so Saab obviously went to BBS with a vision, I guess, and came back with these ones and put their own centre caps on them. And I'm not normally a fan of aftermarket wheels, but I think these ones really set the car off.
But also it's not aftermarket if Saab chosen themselves.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. It's still wearing its original number plates, so that was the supply and dealer in Derby. The Model Year 12 cars all came with this different tailgate trim piece, as opposed to the older cars which had the round circular badge on. The clear tail lights as well. So yeah, at the front you've got the blue colour within the headlight itself. Both on the convertible, the saloon and the estate all had the same headlights, and that was a Model Year 12 only detail. You've also got this larger centre grille with the larger Saab writing. I think it was really just to bring the 9.3 range in line with the new generation 9.5, obviously having a similar sort of a look. So the 9.5 and the 9.4X both featured the ice-block headlights and the larger centre grille. So it was really just to try and keep the whole model line up in sort of line with each other. quite unique to this car. Normally, you'd have all black fog light trim on the lower spec SE cars, and the Aeros, which this is one, would have chrome in the centre here, and this outer piece here would also be chrome. But for some reason, this particular car has got sort of a 50-50 mix, so we've got the chrome in the middle and then the black on the outside, and as far as I'm aware, this was one of the last hand-built cars. So it was actually finished in a dealership in Trollhättan called Arna, and they hand-built the last sort of batch of cars. I've done a bit of research and spoken to a couple of guys over in Sweden. Most of the Independences were kept aside in the factory, and they were actually pretty much nearly all hand-built by this group of guys in this dealership in Trollhättan. So as far as he's aware, this is the only car which has actually got this combination of trims, and he's confident that this wouldn't have passed the quality control at the factory, as you can imagine. So it just really does indicate that it was definitely a hand-finished car. So it would have just been a case of whatever was left in the parts bin.
Quite sad.
It is. It is sad. Like I say, it's the only Independence I know of with this combination. So it makes it quite unique and just another piece of history from the car.
Feels like the last gasp.
For sure, definitely.
Gotta say, this is the first edition of having a Griffin on our channel.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So this is a model year 2012 93X Griffin twin turbo diesel. I've owned it now for just over 3 years and put nearly 45,000 miles on it. It's my daily driver, and both myself and my partner really do like it. I can't see it going anywhere for a very long time. There's two variants of the 93X. They were produced from 2009 until 2012.
Oh, there's a whisper in the wind. Something's going on among the leaves. I can't put my finger on it, but it's calling out my name. There's no mistaking what this day has to say. It whispers in my ear and says, why don't you come out? I'm waiting on you, waiting on you.
When you have a different perspective on things, you don't end up with just another car.
Because the time is now.
You end up with a Saab.
Is now.
A bit like the Independence Edition, it's got the ice block headlights, so the blue tinted headlights as well. The larger centre grille as well there, and they were the main sort of changes front end for the 93X. Some of these Griffin badges were fitted from the factory, and some were fitted by obviously owners, but due to a copyright issue, I believe with Vauxhall, they were unable to fit the Griffin badges on the UK cars, which is why so many of them don't have them.
I think it's important to have that on there, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Makes the point that it is actually a Griffin.
Exactly. Again, similar on the rear, revised tailgate badging as well. So like I say, just to keep in line with the other two models in the model year. And there was a few changes inside of the car as well for model year 12. The seats were revised slightly, although they're the same basic shape and design. They added this sort of pattern in the centre sections of the seats. You also have Griffin tags on the front seats as well, which is another nice feature, and a few different trims as well. So they called it sort of a carbon fibre effect trim on the dash, the centre console there, and the glove box trim as well. So little things like that were changed just for this model year. They came in two options, the 2 litre petrol, which was all-wheel drive, and then this is the twin turbo diesel, which unfortunately is only front-wheel drive. I believe that's just down to lack of funding from Saab, so they were unable to develop the four-wheel drive system for the diesel engine. But you can get that combination in the new generation 9.5, strangely.
Oh, okay.
You can get a twin turbo diesel with four-wheel drive, but not for this 9.3.
If you had the opportunity, would you swap this out for four-wheel drive?
Possibly. One of the main reasons we both love this car is the fuel economy is amazing. Around town between 45 and 50 mpg, but on a long run we quite often see mid-60s, so it's very, very economical.
That's insane.
You normally push sort of between 700 and 750 miles to a tank of fuel on a run.
That's astonishing.
So it's a big reason why I did opt for the twin turbo diesel as opposed to the petrol.
Well, these cars are absolutely amazing,
Thank you.
but I have to ask, what got you into Saab in the first place?
It was my grandfather introduced me to them a long time ago. So he was owned and ran a Saab dealership in our local town of Ipswich for pretty much his whole life. He was with the Saab brand for over 40 years. So right from an early age I can remember exploring the showroom and the workshop of his dealership, and being involved from very young. Basically, as soon as I passed my test, I upgraded my first car, which was a Vauxhall Quarter, to a 9.3.
That's a hell of an upgrade.
The rest is history really. I've had a fair few in the short amount of time since I passed my test. First one was a blue 9.3 Estate, 56 plate, 1.9 diesel. I then had a 9.3 Griffin Estate, which was an SE twin turbo diesel. A new generation 9.5 as well, for a brief amount of time, just over a year, which Lauren has experienced and spent a few hours in. Got a fair fleet of classic Saabs as well in the family. I'm restoring a 99 EMS, which is from 1977. My father has still got his first 99, which he bought in 1987. We have a couple of other cars as well. We have a 99 GLE in sepia brown, so it's a very 70s colour. And also the latest classic Saab is a 99 GLE barn find. It's actually a bit of a story with that car. It's actually an award-winning car. We took it to the NEC Classic car show, Practical Classics Classic Car Show in March of this year, when it was on the Saab Owners Club stand there, and it actually won Best Barn Find Award for the whole of the NEC show.
That's fantastic. It's so nice to get the recognition.
It is.
But even without that, it sounds like a hell of a find.
Yes.
So,
and it's the only one in the UK like it, so it's sort of a one-off piece really.
From both of you, what would you say is the aspect of driving these cars that puts the biggest smile on your face?
So for me, I think it's possibly the same sort of reasoning for Lauren. I think it's the uniqueness and the fact that you can drive for miles and miles and not see a car of the same model. It's the community as well. We sort of get to know the cars we do see on the road around this area, and we always smile and wave and flash to fellow owners, and I mean 9 times out of 10 we get a wave or a flash back, which is really nice. So you sort of feel part of a small but valued community.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. I really do appreciate you joining us on the channel.
You're welcome.
Your cars are absolutely spectacular, and we cannot wait to catch up with you again. Maybe take a look at that barn find.
Yes, definitely. You're welcome anytime.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. And that's a wrap on another episode of Talk Steer. Thanks so much for tuning in. It really means a lot. It was fantastic to meet up with Olly and Lauren and hear about their personal connection and family connection to Saab. We'll catch you again soon for another episode of Talk Steer.